What's going on, good people? It's Will, your friendly neighborhood range therapist, and today I wanted to cover 3 reasons why you should not put a dot on your self-defense pistol. Reason number 1 is that you are either untrained, undertrained, and you do not practice, whether that's dry or live fire, on a regular basis. Why is that important? Because in order to use a dot effectively, you're going to need to have a rock solid index. By index, I mean you need to be able to point your gun at something that you're already looking at, and your sights come up aligned on the gun again and again, right? Whether that's with irons or if you're putting a dot, you should be finding the dot. If you do not have a good index, which is usually something that plagues people who are untrained or do not practice regularly, when you try to present your pistol, you're going to be fishing for the dot. And if your life is in danger, you don't have time to be looking for the dot in order to place rounds on a threat and in order to stop that threat. With irons, you can see your irons as they are coming up. And if for some reason they're not aligned, if they're kind of really weird where the front sight is not even in the notch, you can see that even when you're threat focused or target focused and make that adjustment. With a dot, if your dot is not in the window, you might not know where it is, and now you're doing one of these trying to find out where that dot is, which obviously costs you time, which you're probably not going to have a lot of if there's an immediate threat, which is the only time that you would be using your pistol anyway, if there's some immediate threat. The number 2 reason why you shouldn't add a dot to your self-defense pistol is if you think that it's going to fix your issues. If you think adding a dot is suddenly going to make you super accurate, or you're going to be able to split the gun faster, or any other reason, it doesn't work like that. If anything, especially for those individuals like I talked about, are undertrained, untrained, do not practice live and or dry fire, it's going to make you worse. Not only because you're going to be fishing for the dot, 2, you're probably not going to have the visual discipline to stay target focused, especially if you grew up being front sight focused like a lot of us did. You're going to have issues with that, which is going to create some other things. Because once you're presenting the dot, you're going to see that dot moving around. Now, it's the same amount that your front sight moves, but with the dot, it's going to be a lot more noticeable. Just like if you were to press the gun and snatch it low left, you're going to see that streak if you're kind of switched on, you're paying attention like you should be. So it's going to give you a lot of feedback. And if you're not used to that, it can actually make you worse, because now there's things that are distracting you from being as focused on the target or threat that you should be. And the 3rd reason is if you're fucking cheap. So if you don't want to buy a quality dot and you don't have to spend $900, but at least something that has a proven track record, I never recommend putting anything on a self-defense weapon or weapon system, whatever you want to call it, that doesn't have a rock solid track record of being used in some capacity that involves people's lives being on the line. It's a bad practice. If you want to do it, it's on you, but I wouldn't risk it. I definitely wouldn't recommend it for any of my friends, family members, or people that I care about. I want something that is proven to be at least rugged enough to get beat up a little bit and still function. Whether that's higher round counts, the abuse that you get from that, whether it's being dropped or just banged around a little bit. I don't want something that is just going to easily break and then it's not there when I need it. But either way, that's 3 reasons why you shouldn't put a dot on your self-defense pistol. Let me know if you have any questions. Y'all be safe.